You're falling into a black hole. Not fast, not dramatically, slowly. Like taking the stairs instead of the elevator slowly. And here's the thing nobody tells you. The slow version? Way weirder, way worse, somehow also kind of hilarious. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what happens to your body, your time, and your entire sense of reality on the way down. Buckle up, this gets strange. Black holes are famous for one thing, eating everything. But what if the fall wasn't instant? What if you drifted in, step by step, like you were walking into a pool that happens to destroy the laws of physics? Today, we're breaking down that fall, from the moment you get too close all the way to the end. Hit subscribe if you want your brain broken on a regular basis. Let's go. First, let's talk about the most dangerous invisible line in the universe. It's called the event horizon. No fence, no warning sign, no alarm. Just a line in space where the gravity gets so strong that even light can't escape. Light, the fastest thing that exists, the thing that travels 186,000 miles every single second. Black hole? Yeah, you're not leaving. And here's the wild part. If you crossed it slowly, you wouldn't even feel it happen. No explosion, no crunch, you just drift past it like stepping over a crack in the sidewalk. Except this crack leads to the end of everything you've ever known. Casual Tuesday. Okay, now it gets really weird. As you fall toward a black hole, gravity starts messing with time itself. This is called gravitational time dilation. Einstein figured this out, and honestly, we're still not fully over it. Here's how it works. The stronger the gravity, the slower time moves for you compared to everyone else. So let's say your friend is watching you fall from a safe spaceship far away. To them, you slow down. You move slower and slower. Your waving hand looks like it's stuck in invisible syrup. Your voice drops so low it becomes inaudible. You basically freeze at the edge of the black hole, like a screensaver of your own doom. Meanwhile, to you, you feel totally normal. You're just falling, texting, maybe wondering what's for dinner. Two people, same event, completely different experiences of time. Einstein basically proved that time is not a clock on a wall. It's more like a playlist that plays at different speeds depending on where you're standing. Terrifying, elegant, absolutely unhinged.
We need to talk about spaghettification. Yes, that is the actual scientific term. Someone with a PhD named this. We love science. Here's what it means. As you get closer to the black hole, gravity doesn't pull your whole body equally. It pulls harder on whatever's closest to the center. So if you're falling feet first, and let's say you are, the gravity on your feet is massively stronger than the gravity on your head. The result? You get stretched, vertically, like human taffy. Your feet are yanked down, your head trails behind. You go from a normal person shape to a very long, very thin noodle version of yourself. Your atoms are being separated. Your body is becoming literal space pasta. And the slow version means you feel this happening, gradually, incrementally, like the world's worst deep tissue massage, except the masseuse is a gravitational singularity, and there's no Yelp review you can leave afterward. Scientists call it spaghettification. Your body calls it the worst day of its life. All right. Here's where physicists started fighting each other, in a good way, a nerdy, brilliant way. Some scientists think that right at the event horizon, that invisible line we talked about, there might be a firewall, a wall of fire made of pure high-energy radiation. The theory says that quantum mechanics and general relativity both can't be right at the same time near a black hole. So, to resolve the contradiction, nature just puts an inferno there. Your slow fall, suddenly not so slow anymore. You'd hit this wall and be vaporized instantly. Now, other scientists think the firewall doesn't exist, that you'd pass through totally fine. They're still arguing about it. Meaning, right now, in 2025, actual rocket scientists with actual Nobel Prizes cannot agree on whether you'd be burned alive at the edge of a black hole or not. You walk into work not knowing if there's cake in the break room.
These people walk into conferences not knowing if firewalls of doom exist at the edge of reality. Different scale, same anxiety. Let's say you survived the firewall debate and made it inside. What's in there? At the very center of a black hole is something called a singularity. A singularity is a point where density becomes infinite, where space and time as we know them completely break down, where our math stops working because the equations just start screaming at us. Infinite density in a point with no volume, in a place where time might literally stop. Physicists write the equations, get infinity as an answer, and go, well, that's not right. But also, we can't fix it. Imagine you're driving GPS directions and it just says, you have arrived. Reality has ended. Please make a U-turn if possible. That's a singularity. And falling slowly into one means you have more time to contemplate that the laws of physics that got you here no longer apply here. You are in the universe's blind spot, the one place where science taps out and says, I got nothing. Good luck.
Here's the part that sounds like a movie, but is completely real. As you fall in, the light from the entire universe would start bending around you. Stars, galaxies, nebulae, all of it would warp into a bright ring around the black hole, like a cosmic halo above your head. Scientists call this gravitational lensing. You'd see the whole visible universe squished into a shrinking circle of light above you. Then it gets darker. The circle shrinks. The light dims. You're surrounded by black on all sides except that one fading ring of everything that ever existed. And then, gone. You're in the dark, completely, irreversibly. The most dramatic exit from the known universe in history, and there's nobody left to give you a standing ovation. Meanwhile, your friend on the spaceship, they watched you slow down, freeze, fade out, and disappear over billions of years, long after every star in the sky burned out. You fell in 5 minutes. Them watched the entire death of the universe waiting for you. Worst road trip companion ever. Short answer, no. Long answer, absolutely not. And here's why that breaks everyone's brain. Once you cross the event horizon, every path forward, in every direction, including time, leads to the singularity. There is no away. There is no sideways. Every move you make goes toward the center. It's not like a prison where the exit is blocked. It's like a prison where the concept of exit no longer exists. Stephen Hawking did figure out that black holes slowly leak energy over insanely long timescales, called Hawking radiation, and eventually evaporate. So technically, in a few billion, trillion years, the black hole holding you would dissolve. Would you come out? Nobody knows. The information paradox, what happens to all the stuff that falls in, is one of the biggest unsolved problems in physics. You might come out as scrambled radiation. You might come out as nothing. You might, in some theoretical framework, come out somewhere entirely else in the universe. So the answer is, maybe you escape eventually, but as a completely unrecognizable cloud of quantum information that vaguely used to be a person. Glass half full, honestly. So here's what we know. Falling into a black hole slowly means you drift past an invisible point of no return, watch time itself glitch out around you, get stretched into the universe's least dignified shape, potentially hit a firewall, see the last light of the entire universe, arrive at a place where physics gives up, and maybe dissolve into scrambled quantum noise billions of years later. Honestly, sounds like a rough commute. Now here's my question for you. Drop it in the comments. If you could send one thing into a black hole, what would it be and why? Because apparently the answers are unhinged and I need to read them. If this video just made your brain do something weird, subscribe because we do this every week. New universe, new rules, new existential crisis every single time. See you in the next one.